Tonight we start with Trudeau land, sometimes called Canada. This Sunday was a big deal there. Thousands of Canadian Sikhs gathered in Toronto. They celebrated Vaisakhi or Khalsa Day. It marks the beginning of the Sikh New Year. Now, Vaisakhi was on the 13th of April, but this rally was organized only yesterday. We saw massive parades, a lot of prayers, a lot of food, and a lot of politicians. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau made an appearance, so did opposition leader Pierre Poilievre. Notice the slogans as Trudeau took the stage. This was supposed to be a religious event, an event to showcase the Sikh culture. Instead, it became a political rally. Khalistani separatists chanted slogans non-stop. They shouted Khalistan Zindabad, basically the creation of an independent Sikh state, which indirectly calls for India's breakup. And look at Trudeau's reaction. He smiles, as if some teenagers are shouting the lyrics of a Taylor Swift song. Trudeau then took the mic. He talked about protecting Sikhs from hate. He also promised more security for Gurdwaras.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Happy Vaisakhi, Joyeux Vaisakhi. To the nearly 800,000 Canadians of Sikh heritage across this country, we will always be there to protect your rights and your freedoms, and we will always defend your community against hatred and discrimination.
Trudeau also got a gift, a ceremonial sword from the organizers, and as he received it, more chants filled the air, again pro-Khalistan slogans. Up next was the leader of Canada's opposition, Pierre Poilievre. His entry also triggered the same reaction. Take a look at this.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
They all aced the line. India has condemned this event. It has also summoned Canada's Deputy High Commissioner in New Delhi. The government says Canada is giving space to extremism. Now, a couple of things to note here. One, the power of the Sikh community is quite obvious. There are close to 800,000 Sikhs in Canada, 8 lakh. And the country's top leaders are lining up to woo them, so the political power is huge. And two, the Khalistan problem is also obvious. Most Canadian Sikhs may not agree with this ideology, but it's getting a lot of patronage, especially from Justin Trudeau. Just think about it. You're the Prime Minister of a democracy. You get on stage. You hear secessionist slogans against a fellow democracy. What would you do? Shut them down if you can. If not, at least criticize later on social media. But Justin Trudeau did none of that. He probably thinks it's all freedom of expression. Now compare this to Australia. They too hosted Vaisakhi events this month. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese attended one of them. No Khalistan slogans there, no secession calls, just a celebration of Sikh culture. Why can't Canada do the same? Because of politics. In Canada, Khalistanis make a lot of noise. They claim to represent all Sikhs. One example of that is Jagmeet Singh. He's a coalition partner of Trudeau and a bona fide Khalistani. Without him, Trudeau's government will fall. So the Prime Minister plays along. India has repeatedly warned Canada against this, to not platform Khalistani separatists. And what does Trudeau do? The exact opposite. He attends an event where people shout Khalistan Zindabad. It's a very risky strategic move. Trudeau's relations with India are already on life support. First, he allowed Khalistani referendums in Canada. Then he accused India of assassinating a designated Khalistani terrorist, Hardeep Singh Nijjar. And now this, which makes you wonder, where does it stop? Just look at recent opinion polls. Around 43% Canadians plan to vote for the Conservative Party, which is the opposition, 43%. Around 24% prefer Trudeau's Liberal Party. And 19% want Jagmeet Singh. So if elections are held today, Justin Trudeau would lose. His party would be voted out of power in Canada. Is that why he's accommodating the Khalistan movement? To woo the Sikh vote bank, to keep his alliance with Jagmeet Singh? If so, it's a bad bet for Canada. India is poised to become the third largest economy in the world. Western countries are lining up to sign trade deals with India, but Canada is missing out, all because of Trudeau's attitude. His government has been wrong about India once. In January, Canada decided to investigate the Indian government. For what? Election meddling. Canada said, or thought, India tried to influence its general elections. But this month, New Delhi got a clean chit. The investigators said India did not try to meddle. So I guess Canada was wrong all along. This Khalistan threat is more of the same. India has repeatedly told Canada why it's a problem. Creating a Khalistan in India is impossible. The movement has virtually no supporters here. So when the India project fails, what will these Khalistanis do? They'll do what any terror group does. They will turn inward. Let's hope it never comes to that. But if it does, these pictures will haunt Canada. Pictures of their Prime Minister brushing shoulders with violent separatists.